Describes the part location of outside Type A. Here is fresh air ventilator. The ventilator can be opened and closed to adjust the ventilation inside the container box. Here is access panel. When the access panel is opened, the evaporator fan and humidity sensor can be replaced from the outside. Model nameplate is here. This is a control box containing the main electrical components. This is an inverter box that contains components related to inverter control. This is a valve chamber containing mainly valves related to the control of the refrigeration unit. This is a compressor chamber that contains the components that control the refrigeration unit. Describes the part location of outside Type B. Type B has several changes with Type A. At first, the position of the ventilator is on the left side of the access panel. Also, the size of the inverter box is smaller. In the control panel is changed. This section describes the components in a compressor chamber. This is an inverter compressor. Inverter control changes the rotational speed of the compressor to adjust the operating capacity. Compressors are not compatible with Type A and Type B. Therefore, if a different compressor is replaced, it cannot operate normally. This is a suction gas temperature sensor, SGS, that measures the suction temperature of the compressor. The discharge gas temperature sensor, DCHS, measures the temperature of the compressor discharge gas. This sensor is located on the discharge pipe DCHS1 and the back of the compressor, DCHS2. The outdoor temperature is measured by an ambient temperature sensor, 8 MBS. The mounting position of this sensor is different between Type A and Type B. To measure the operating pressure, the high-pressure transducer, HPT, is attached to the discharge pipe and the low-pressure transducer, LPT, is attached to the suction pipe. The high-pressure switch, HPS, is attached to the discharge pipe as a high-pressure protection device. The receiver is here. Explain parts position in valve chamber. The DMV is normally fully open, but during defrosting, the opening is adjusted for release control. HSV supplies hot gas to the evaporator by opening during defrosting and heating. It is also open to protect the compressor by equalizing high and low pressure when starting the compressor. RSV is open to dehumidification control. EEV controls superheat at the evaporator inlet and controls the refrigerant quantity through the evaporator coil. Controlled by the ICE and EOS. PRV releases the refrigerant to the suction side when the pressure becomes 2,450 kPa. LSV is opened when compressor is in operation. It will be closed during defrost, heating and pump down. ESV opens in combination with the EMV, in pull-down and full cool operation. EMV controls the refrigerant quantity through the economizer and pull-down. Controlled by the eco-in and eco-out sensors. Economizer is a heat exchanger to increase the capacity by increasing the superheat. Eco-in sensor measures the temperature of economizer inlet. Eco-out sensor measures the temperature of economizer outlet. The dryer is here. Explain parts position in inverter box, Type A. There is an inverter board on the right side of the box. Here, the AC power source is converted to a digital AC power source to control the running speed of the compressor. The noise filter board is for eliminating noise from the power supply. This is a compressor magnetic switch. These AC reactor coils are mainly effective for protection of the inverter, power factor improvement and harmonic suppression. This DC reactor smooths current pulses in the DC circuit and suppresses harmonics on the power line. This is a cooling fan for cooling inside inverter box. Explain parts position in inverter box, Type B. Type B has some changes compared to Type A. First, the DC reactor, contactor, and cooling fan motor have been removed. Also, the number of AC reactors has been reduced to 3. Therefore, the inverter box is smaller than Type A. The inverter board has also changed due to a change in compressor specifications. Therefore, Type A and Type B inverter boards are not compatible. The noise filter board is here. Describes the position of the part in the Type A control box. These are magnetic contactors for fan. There is for evaporator fan high speed, EFH, low speed, EFL, condenser fan high speed, CFH, and low speed, CFL, from the left. This is phase correction contactor. There is PCC1 and PCC2 from the left. This is circuit breaker. The transformer, TR1, is behind circuit breaker. This is earth terminal block. This is PTCT board. The current and voltage are measured on this board. There is space for installing the modem in front of this board. The PC board on the left side of the front is the I/O board. The actuator outputs the operation from this board. There is an output indicator on this board, and you can see the output from the board by LED. The PC board on the right side of the front is the CPU board. This board controls the unit based on the input from each sensor. Here is the USB port. You can upload software and download trip data using a USB flash driver. The battery is installed in this position, describes the position of the part in the Type B control box. Type B has changed the part placement compared to Type A. The placement of the CPU and I/O boards has changed. This makes it easier to see the LED indicators on the I/O board. CPU and I/O boards are compatible with Type A. However, the CPU boards must be uploaded to the latest version of the software and the setting of DACOS must be changed. Refer the service bulletin for compatibility details. Describes the location of the part inside container box Type A. This is the evaporator. The reheat coil is installed under it. This is used for dehumidification and it is optional. On the inside of the lower door are the SS and DSS. The green marking is SS and the green and red markings are DSS. There are RS and DRS on the side of the suction port. The blue marking is RS and the blue and red markings are doctors. EIS and EOS are in this position. These sensors measure the temperature at the inlet and outlet of the evaporator. There is a humidity sensor in this position. This is an optional part. Receptacle placement for USDA is different for Type A and Type B. Type A is in the right side, and Type B is in the left side. Each receptacle is listed in order from top to bottom as USDA 1, 2, 3, CTR, and PPR.